Cecil starts doubting Mark Grayson. And now, the story truly begins. Eve approaches, her eyes filled with concern. Mark sitting before her, his costume and face smeared with blood. A heavy silence lingers between them. Mark, she whispers. He barely reacts, his expression unreadable. Not even close. Confusion washes over Eve. That guy, Darkwing. I don't even know what to say. Mark's voice remains cold. You had no clue he was a murderer? You never saw it on the news? Eve shakes her head. I don't watch the news much, but something like that? I think I would have heard about it. I'm shocked you never mentioned it to me. A distant look crosses Mark's face. I brought him in a while ago. Figured it would be a big story. But it wasn't. Something's not right. His gaze darkens as he continues. And those robot soldiers? They're based on the designs of that psycho from my college. The one who was killing homeless people and turning them into machines. I don't even want to think about where they're getting the bodies for those things. Eve studies him carefully. Mark. What's wrong? A deep breath. I think I made a terrible mistake. Doubt creeps into his voice. If the news had reported anything about Darkwing, I wouldn't have been the only one to attack. But after those monsters were defeated, there was a cover-up. The news never went public. He clenches his fists. Cecil Stedman runs the Global Defense Agency. They can do anything. In the name of global defense. Eve hesitates. Mark. You really think he would? I don't know. And that's the problem. He turns away, determination setting in. Can you get home on your own? A slow nod. Yeah. Sure. But what are you going to do? I'm going to get answers. Whether I like them or not. The Pentagon looms in the distance, its underground corridors stretching deep beneath the surface. Mark strides through them, blood still drying on his suit, ignoring the startled glances of agents he passes. He storms into Cecil's office without hesitation. You never went public with that. Darkwing. You suppressed the truth. So that he could work for you. Cecil doesn't flinch. You know why. For the good of mankind. Teeth grit. Darkwing is a murderer. A psychopath. And you think it's safe to let him walk free. Cecil exhales, rubbing his temples. Mark, try living in Midnight City for 4 years. Anyone who commits a crime in that hellhole is innocent by reason of temporary insanity. I wasn't about to destroy that boy's life because he cracked under pressure. A pause, then a pointed look. And I seem to recall you not being so innocent of a murder charge yourself? Or does Angstrom-Levy not count? Mark snaps. That's completely different. Angstrom-Levy threatened to kill my mother. The door creaks open. A familiar face steps inside. D.A. Sinclair. Mark's stomach twists. What the hell is he doing here? Sinclair barely acknowledges the outburst. Apologies, Mr. Stedman. I didn't know you were in a meeting. I thought you were just using his designs, Mark seethes. I thought you were using his sick, twisted work for your own gain, and that was bad enough. But you're working with him. Cecil doesn't budge. Mark. Come with me. Damn it, Cecil. What the hell is going on? The White Room is sterile and unassuming. Cecil leads the way, hands in his pockets, voice calm. I'm just doing my job, kid. Fact is, I'd make a deal with the devil if it meant protecting this country. Mark's jaw tightens. I think you already have. The tension thickens. Mark's voice rises, fury boiling over. He shouts about Sinclair, about the atrocities he committed, about the cost of letting monsters run free. Cecil never denies it. We helped him perfect his technology. His work on living subjects is over. Now it's all legit. Mark's fists tremble. This isn't right. You can't do this, Cecil. The older man exhales slowly. For the element of surprise. Something shifts in the air. Suddenly, a dozen ReAnimen step from the shadows. Mark's eyes narrow. What is this? Cecil remains unmoved. You think I don't know what comes next? You talk like this. Then you flip out. You're a loose cannon, Mark. Then the fight begins. The ReAnimen lunge, but they're no match. Mark tears through them, ripping limbs apart, smashing them into the walls. Their metallic screams echo through the room. Cecil watches, impassive. Look at yourself. Look at what you're doing. One by one, the ReAnimen fall. A final blow sends the last one crashing to the floor, lifeless. Then, a warning alarm blares. A robotic voice echoes through the speakers. White Room subterfuge. Failure in 30 seconds. Cecil mutters under his breath. Crap. Mark stands amid the wreckage, chest rising and falling. So, that's it? Is that all you've got? Cecil smirks. You really didn't plan for this, did you? Another wave of ReAnimen appears. Yeah, we could be here all day at the rate you're going. So why don't you just give up? Mark scowls. Then what? You going to arrest me? Cecil shakes his head. No, but I will keep you in check. A sharp pain shoots through Mark's skull. His ears ring. His vision blurs. Blood drips from his nose. He stumbles. What did you do to me? Cecil looks down at him. When your father left you for dead, did you really think we trusted you blindly? The pain intensifies. Mark grits his teeth, forcing himself to move. He rockets through the ceiling, desperate to escape, but his body betrays him. The world spins. Then, he crashes onto a car below. Mark is in critical condition, lying on top of a car, with Cecil standing nearby. He watches as Mark struggles and says, "Are you awake? Good. We theorize that your equilibrium plays a crucial role in your flight abilities, making you more vulnerable to this kind of attack than a normal human. And it looks like we were right." Mark is in immense pain as Cecil continues, and to answer your question, the range isn't great, but it's enough. Invincible regains consciousness, realizing that the Pentagon had slowed him down last time. Without wasting a moment, he takes off at high speed, desperate to get as far away from Cecil as possible. His ear is bleeding from the attack, but he keeps flying. Cecil, using his teleportation device, follows him repeatedly, determined not to let him escape. Mark, struggling to withstand the pain, crashes into the Guardians of the Globe's headquarters. The team rushes toward him, confused and concerned. Rex asks, "What's going on? Is someone after you?" Bulletproof joins in. "Mark, what happened?" Mark, barely able to speak, says, "I didn't know where else to go. Robot, I need your help. Get this thing out of my ear before he catches up. He'll be here any minute. I can't think straight when he activates it. It feels like a bomb going off inside my head." Robot, still confused, asks, "Who's after you? Did they follow you here?" Just then, Cecil teleports into the room. Rex, still unaware of the situation, turns to him. "Cecil, you have to help. Someone's chasing Invincible. They put something in his head. I think they're trying to kill him." Cecil, unfazed, simply replies, "I know." He then addresses the team sternly. "Anyone who values their position on this team will stay out of this. No second warnings." The Guardians look at each other, completely confused. Mark, still in pain, points at Cecil and says, "It's him. He's the one doing this." Everyone is shocked. Rex looks at Mark in disbelief. "What are you saying?" Cecil, remaining calm, signals his men to step forward. "I know some of you consider yourselves Mark's friends. I did too, until today. But listen carefully. He is no friend to any of us anymore. He's compromising the security of this planet and undermining me and my organization. I hate that it's come to this, but I need your help to restrain him." Robot, still trying to understand the situation, asks, "Mark, what's going on? You've been acting strange ever since we defeated Doc Seismic." Mark, frustrated, urges them to listen. "He's not telling you the whole truth. He's employing murderers. The man who helped us fight Doc Seismic, Darkwing, he's a killer. I was sent to Midnight City to stop a murderer, and I found out it was him. He had snapped. He was killing anyone who broke the law. I arrested him, thinking he'd be in jail. But Cecil covered it up and put him on the payroll instead." Robot, still skeptical, says, "I knew Darkwing. He was arrogant, even hateful, but a murderer." Mark insists, "These ReAnimen he's brought with him. They were created by a man who experimented on homeless people and college students. You all saw the attacks on campus. He killed more than a dozen people perfecting these monsters." Bulletproof, realizing the truth, says, "I remember that. Those things did look familiar." Robot turns to Cecil. "Is he telling the truth?" Rex, growing uneasy, adds, "This isn't what we signed up for." Cecil suddenly activates the device again. Mark screams in agony, collapsing. Cecil shakes his head. "Damn it. Invincible. You're spreading like a virus, ruining everything. I don't care anymore. We'll sort this out after you're all restrained." He gives the order. Attack. The Guardians of the Globe prepare for battle as the ReAnimen charge forward. Rex steps up, ready to fight. Well, it's on now. Shapeshift, Bulletproof, Monster Girl, and Robot join the fight against the ReAnimen. Amid the chaos, Rex shouts, "Hold on, Mark. I'm coming for you, old man." Cecil, frustrated, yells, "What are you doing? This is a misunderstanding." Rex ignores him and destroys the remote in Cecil's hand. "Saving my friend. But Cecil's expression suddenly shifts to panic. No, you don't understand. Mark's pain intensifies. He screams, barely able to stand. Rex, confused, asks, "What's happening?" Robot realizes the mistake. It's a failsafe. Without the transmitter, the pulse is constant. That's why Mark was running instead of fighting back. Rex, horrified, says, "Oh no, what do we do now?" The ReAnimen relentlessly beat Mark down, attacking from all sides. Blood pours from his wounds. Bulletproof yells, "Cecil, call them off. They're killing him." Even Cecil, now questioning himself, whispers, "Dear God, what have I done?" The brutal beating continues. Cecil, realizing Mark won't last much longer, teleports to D.A. Sinclair. "Shut them down. Shut them all down now." Sinclair panics. "I can't. The failsafe isn't complete. I have to shut them down individually. It'll take 5 minutes." Cecil, desperate, yells, "Then do it. Pray he lasts that long." Against all odds, Mark finally breaks free. He obliterates the ReAnimen, his body covered in blood. Cecil returns to the scene, horrified by what he sees. Robot steps forward. "I blocked the transmission." Cecil exhales. "That's it. We're done here." He turns to the team. "I do whatever it takes to protect this planet. End of story. If any of you have a problem with that, you can quit. I don't care." The remaining ReAnimen retreat through the portal as the fight ends. Cecil glares at Mark. "You're fired. We're done. If you ever get in my way again, I'll let them kill you." Mark, bleeding and exhausted, glares back. "Fine." Cecil opens a portal. "That'll be all." But before he can leave, Mark calls his name. Cecil turns, confused. Mark suddenly flies toward him, grabs him by the neck, and slams him against the wall. "If we're done, we're done. Stay out of my life. Whatever you gave me, it's mine. Stay away from my family. Don't talk to my mother. Don't come near my house. And if you try to recruit my little brother, I'll kill you." Mark, furious, covered in blood, and barely holding himself together, finally lets Cecil go. Cecil falls to the ground, coughing. Mark turns to Robot. "Get this damn thing out of my ear." And with that, the story ends.